Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Jarrett, and this is Shadow and Light, episode 3. Yeah. So this is a podcast where I just kind of edit photos and talk about photography-related topics. And today we're gonna do a chat about search engine optimization, better known as SEO. This is something I've actually been working on a lot lately on my wedding photography website, and although I'm not like someone that is qualified to talk about SEO, that might be a good thing or a bad thing. It might be more helpful. But yeah, so I'm just gonna get started editing, and then we can talk a little bit more about SEO. Okay, so basically I'm gonna tell you about the results first. So I recently decided that I wanted to move my wedding photography business to the same location as my boudoir business, on paper. So I used to be in Plymouth, Michigan, and I moved to Ann Arbor, Michigan, and the wedding website I just left there because it's been there for the past like 4, 5, 6, 7 more years. It's been there for a while. It's been in Plymouth for like 8 years, I think. So I was kind of scared of the transition a little bit, so I decided to finally just jump ship and do the transition, and so I got working on the SEO for my website, and I just looked, and I went for 2 keywords, which I'll explain later. I went for Ann Arbor wedding photographer and wedding photography Ann Arbor, and in those 2 keywords I ranked 11th and 14th, which is pretty good for, I don't know, I think a little under 2 weeks. It's a little bit over a week. I think 9 days ago I started just working on the SEO, and I ranked up all the way to the 11th and 14th spot for those 2 keywords. So I just want you guys to kind of think about like potentially working out, and my kids are just yelling at each other in the background, so excuse me. But yeah, so honestly, it's something I think you guys should like think about working on and doing for your business and your website, because it could help a lot. Okay, so SEO and keywords and all that stuff. So keywords are just like when you go to Google and you're looking for something specific, and you're like, I'm looking for a photographer in New York, so I type in wedding photography New York City, and the first people that pop up, and you click on their website, they rank for those keywords. And so to rank for a keyword, your website has to be credible, and this can happen in many different ways. So one is like basically how well your site like loads, so like load speed. So if your photos on the website take up a lot of space, and the user that's not user friendly, and it takes forever to load, that could affect your Google ranking score and the keyword score. I might be wrong, but from what I learned, that's how it works. Okay, so we rank that way. We rank based on like websites pointing towards us. We rank on like location. We rank on bounce rate, which is like how long somebody sticks around on your website and checks out everything, and a few other things. Basically, I wish I knew more what I was talking about, but basically there are all of these factors that come together that kind of like help Google rank your website. And so in order to like get good rankings, what I do for my website at least is I make the picture size smaller. Still a good looking picture. Still, it's just web friendly. I make sure that my desktop website and my mobile website actually like match up and are easily like switchable. So like when clients are looking on either or, all the words are like nicely placed. They're in the middle of the page. They're not too far out on the edge, because Google will give you bad rankings if things are too hard to read. Things are legible on your page. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, blogs can rank you, help rank because of all the keywords you could use in there. And then another thing I want to say is like keywords specifically. You wanna, when you're writing your keywords, you want it to be like a legible sentence. So you want to be like, hey, I'm Jarrett. I'm a wedding photographer in Detroit, Michigan, and I like photographing couples who are in love. And then so on and so forth. But it's got to be like a sentence that's not just like smashed together with keywords. We don't want to just be like, yes, I do wedding photography in Ann Arbor, and I do wedding photography in Detroit, and I'm a wedding photographer around these areas, and I also do wedding photography, and I'm also a photographer who has pictures and does photography, because that's going to get you bad rankings. I'm terrible at editing and talking at the same time. But yeah, I think that if you start there and just kind of look into things a little bit more as far as like SEO goes, I think you should do your own research, but kind of know that it's very helpful. So I use Squarespace, and the way that it works, I don't know how it works on every website, but your landing page, your homepage has a website description, and when you go to Google and look up somebody's website, excuse me guys, I'm gonna stop recording and start recording. Alright guys, welcome back. Sorry for the intermission. My kids were out there fighting and I just had to, go handle that. But anyways, let's get back into SEO chat a little bit. So on Squarespace, which I use, there is your home screen, your landing page, where people find your website when you go on Google and you look, and your website shows up. Mine's Alice Hart Photography, and underneath it talks about the business. So those keyword rankings will help your business page the most, from what I've read and listened to. So under there, it's like, hey, I'm Jarrett, a professional photographer. I've been photographing weddings for the past 7 years in Detroit, Michigan. And I love couples who love each other, and so on and so forth. But that is my like home run paragraph. Work on that the most. And then each page you have also has to have something like that and a header. And then so you just work on those for SEO. And then each all your images can have alternate image IDs, which is like you can put keywords in your images, and then your H1 tags, anything like at your page should have a description of the page. So like if I go to the portfolio, at the top it should say portfolio. It could say like wedding portfolio. And you use like the H1 tag, depending on what website you're using. I'm thinking everything has an H1 tag, but for sure Squarespace, use the H1 tag, which means that this is header 1, and this is what Google's gonna crawl and look for the description of this particular page. And then, you can do your uploads of stuff. And so yeah, I just went through my whole website and just kind of worked on all that stuff. And it took me a few days, but by the time I was done, like I said, I went from not ranking at all for Ann Arbor to ranking 11th and 15th. I still have a little bit of work to do on the website, and I want to stay relevant, so I'm going to keep posting, what are they called? Blog posts? and using like a nice sentence structure with that, with a little bit of keywords in it. And then additionally, as I'm leaning into my screen's over here, but additionally, as I'm like working on that stuff, I'm gonna work on all my alternate image IDs, because that was a lot of work, which you can use Google Search Console to help with all this. And there's a lot of other tools that Google provides to help you kind of like work on your SEO and stuff. But yeah, it's essentially free advertising. With my boudoir business moved to Ann Arbor in the past year, I've noticed that since moving to Ann Arbor, because it's like a central hub and there's like a bigger, there's more foot traffic in the area, I've noticed an influx in customers. And so if I didn't have that SEO, okay, also, like if you put your website up and if you don't do any SEO, your website essentially does not exist to people. And in order to like make money, no matter how good you are, people have to know you exist. Like the best photographer in the world could be sitting there just waiting for clients to come in, but if nobody knows that they're out there and they're showcasing their work, without like some shares from other people, then they don't exist to the world. They're not going to get booked. And so I really think that SEO is important, and that you guys should kind of like focus on working on that stuff a little bit. It is a lot of work, and this isn't super helpful of a video because it's just, just me blabbing about it. But Neil Patel, great guy, look him up for your SEO marketing. And then I found this other guy. I'd have to find out who it was, but helped a little bit. Honestly, just hop on YouTube, look up like 2023 SEO marketing, which hopefully you're either watching this on YouTube or Spotify, but there's a few people I found on there that were really helpful. Even though I had done this before for our website, I just really hadn't done it for the wedding stuff in a very long time. And I actually had to clean up the website. Oh yeah, Google's like looking through your entire website. If you have a bunch of pages that like don't work anymore, or you don't like want Google to find, like delete those or like hide them because it's like not helping you out. And then people have a really short attention span, so they can't really retain information for too long, or like focus on anything for too long. So hopefully make your pages like easygoing and easy viewing. But yeah, guys, like I've only gotten through 2 images with this, but hopefully that was helpful for you guys as far as SEO goes. I want to see if I have some stuff here on SEO. Oh yeah, here's just like, I guess you guys can look at this. This is my blog. I'm gonna break this page away, and then just pull it over here a little bit. It's actually going over this. Okay. So my website is kind of crazy right now, but go here, marketing, SEO, and this is what Google sees. Alice Hart, Ann Arbor wedding photographer. Hey, I'm Jarrett, an Ann Arbor wedding photographer and a Detroit, Michigan wedding photographer. Which is kind of redundant, but also you're not supposed to do too many like location keywords, because you want to be the best in that area, and Google will always put the best in that specific area at the top of the list. So me doing Ann Arbor and Detroit might actually be bad for me, but I want to hopefully rank for both of those places. Those are the 2 biggest hubs like right around me. And then Detroit, Michigan wedding photographer. My photography process is authentic and timeless and photojournalistic. I focus on telling your love story with an intimate approach. With over a decade of experience, I believe I can document your story in a way that will last for generations after the big day. I can't wait to hear from you. So I used Grammarly, which I just like started using like last week, and kind of helped me with this sentence structure. It's not the best. I didn't get the paid version, but I kind of want to. And I think that will help your sentence structure a little bit. Do not steal other people's stuff, because it will backlash on you and it won't be helpful. Don't get too many backlinks that are not from credible websites, because that'll be bad for you. Yeah, but so I'm gonna just up Neil Patel in 2023, and this guy knows so much about SEO marketing. I've been following him for a while now. Gotta check out this stuff. There's so much information, and he's got a YouTube channels where he just kind of chats about stuff. It's totally worth a look, guys. Learn what it takes to rank for your chosen keywords. Understand data points such as search volume, cost per click, SEO, and search difficulty. So yeah, honestly, this is so much content. Look at all this. Look at all this content. All right, cool. Neil Patel, hit me up. But yeah, let's see. Just pop up here. So another thing I did is I kind of worked on the website. As you can see here, I know it's side-by-side screen, but Ann Arbor Wedding, Michigan. This is an H1 tag. Then I did a bunch of blogs where it's just taking a minute to load, but yeah, so lots of info, some visuals. Sarah and Josh killed this wedding, guys. It was great. Loved it. The Henry Ford Museum. They got photos, more photos. I don't know. There's a lot of, the bigger ones are the H1 tags, but there's a lot of information. And oh, here we go. We'll do this to show you. We'll go to pages and look this one up here, and SEO. And as you can see, I did a little bit of SEO for this page, and all of my pages, every web page that I have has an SEO title and a SEO description that I wrote for the page, which will inevitably help you rank for some of those keywords. So yeah, guys, I'm probably gonna end this podcast with hopefully you subscribe, and follow. Check out my socials, which I think now I have them tagged below if you want to check them out. I do wedding photography, boudoir photography, this education page, and that's about it, guys. But I hope this content was good for you, and see you next time. This is Shadow and Light.